Hello, hello
Hello,
everybody.
hello, hello. Welcome back to Getting That Medical Degree. Welcome back to the channel, guys, where we talk about everything medical related and helping you get your medical degree. But today's topic is a little bit different, Zach. What's today's topic?
How to choose your major, something that's important for medical school, somewhat.
Yeah, because a lot of my friends, when I came into college, they didn't know how to, choose their major. But so here's some steps to follow. Here's some steps that I found very, very important for pamphlets that you get already in college. But if you're listening to this and if you are waiting to start college, then this is for you. And if you just begun, then this is also for you. All right, so steps to follow is very easy. The very first thing that you have to do is write down on a piece of paper or a Word document what do you like? What do you love? What are your strengths and weaknesses? So, what do you like to do? What do you love to do? There's a difference between what do you like to do and what do you love to do. What would you love to do? So write down all the things that you will love to be one day. And then write down what are your strengths and weaknesses. And then compare them. These strengths will help. These weaknesses will help. Like for example, a weakness could be I suck at math, but it's not really a weakness for me, at least. Because you can get better at math just like you can learn a language. Because math is kind of like learning a different language. It's a language of numbers. So what are your strengths? That's my, I'm a very visual person and I like drawing. So architecture will be perfect for me. Okay, so that's a strength that you could apply to a major. So another thing to do is have a path for a career goal. So like once you have all this list of 5 different things, 10 or 20 different careers that you would like to do or you would love to do, then you need to have a path for this. Because some of those you might not even need a degree. If you're going to open a business, you don't need a business degree. Um, Unlike if you want to be a psychologist, then you do have to go to school. If you do want to do haircut, then you don't need an English degree. Then you only need to go to a technical school for a couple of years or a year, however many months. So, do I want to study for 2 years? Do I want to study for 4 years? Do I want to study for 10 years? Like, if you want to be in medical school, you know that you're going to have to spend at least 15 years of your life studying before you actually can make any progress in money and stuff. And those are 10 years of sacrifices. Do I want to do that? Do I want to only go to school for 4 years and get a degree in accounting and start working right away? That's also an option. Do I want to go to do 2 years in a community college and save money and then transfer to another college and do 2 extra years? That's also an option. However, be very, very careful because some community colleges they force you to take classes that you don't really need. But just because they're cheaper doesn't mean that they're good because they're wasting your time and time is money because your time will allow you to learn and do other things. So you have to figure out what are your goals? What do you want to do? How many years? Okay, so next one is research, research, research how to achieve that goal, how to be an architect, how to be a psychologist, how to be a um, design, how to be a machine operator, how to be a carpenter. Research, but talk to advisors at schools or career fair and career fairs. So go to a career fair, look it up, drive, ask your parents to take you, ask your friends to take you, and talk to them. How did you get where you're from? How did you get to where you're at right now? And how many years did it take you? That's one of the questions that you should ask. Um, how long did you study for to do this major? Or how long do you think a person needs to study for? Just ask questions. Don't it's going to be really difficult, but you can also find some of these questions on Quora and other different websites too as well. But you have to talk to advisors, so you can literally cold do a cold approach a university. For example, if you want to study anthropology, then you go to the anthropology school in the university that you want to go to and go into the office and be like, excuse me, to the secretary, could I speak with an anthropology professor because I'm interested in this career, and they will be absolutely more than happy. They're gonna give you food, drinks. They're gonna sit you down, and they're gonna bring one of the best professors that they have to explain you what this career entails. And that way, you will talk to an advisor. which is also a professor. So, and that professor will tell you, listen, I heard that you want to do this and this and this, and it takes you this time and this long, and this is a great program, blah blah blah. And they're gonna try to sell you their their um, their college, their institution, their degree, um, because it worked for them. So it's something that you have to think about, and you need that exposure. You need to talk to them. The next one is always have a plan B. You can do something similar with that major, or if that major allows you to make money or to survive, then you can have a plan B. So having a plan B is like, okay, so I'm going to go into nursing, and if nursing doesn't work out, then I'm going to go into political science. You know, so my plan B was to have a double major and to have a heavy major and a light major. A light that I called for me that it was very easy, that it came really easy for me, um, that I didn't really need to study for the classes because I literally caught it like a sponge. But have a plan B. Like for example, like if I quit this major, maybe I can transfer and do this major. Or if I quit college at all, then I'm just gonna do this. But always have a plan B. Don't focus on the plan B. Keep it in the back of your head, and always just focus on the plan A. But it's good to have it just in case, you know, to be prepared for any impossible scenarios. Introspect is this. So have a conversation with yourself one day. You know, no phones, no tablets, no nothing. Sit down in your room and think: is this my passion? What is my passion? Is this what I want to do for the rest of my life? Is this my calling? For some of you religious people out there, is this what your religion would like me to do? You know, so you have to think about what's best for you and what's going to make you happy in the long run. Another one is think about the locations, so locations of the college, the university, the places, and the costs of those universities and colleges, or those technical schools. Also think about the ranking. So if you decide to go to a technical school, I don't know if it works the same thing, but with colleges, you have ranking. One of the reasons that I picked my university was because it was in the top 10 of the best nursing schools. So think about the ranking. It'll give you a lead up, a head up, a leg up, um, on life after you graduate. Because believe it or not, like it or not, they tend to pick from the best ranking schools. They put you on top of other applicants for work, jobs, internships, whatever. Um, and sadly, these colleges do cost. Some of them cost a lot more than others. So that's something that you have to think about. Locations is like, do I want to be away from my family? Do I want to have my more breathing room for myself, more independence? Next one is, how far in education or work would your major take you? Is this relevant? Is this important? For example, in nursing, you can graduate as a nurse and you can work as a private nurse. You can work in the OR. You can work with kids. You can work with adults. You can work in surgery. You can work in as a helicopter flight nurse. You can work for the military. You can work for a private business with your friends that you create. You can work for a school, a university, a high school, middle school, whatever. You can do so much more. So also you can, and those are like lateral movements, right? But if you want to go up, then you can become a nurse practitioner. You can become an anesthesiologist. You can become many other things with this degree. I'm just giving an example, right? So, can you do that with your degree? Can you get a master's? Is it necessary to get a master's? Will a master's allow you to get more jobs, better pay? Will a master's hinder your application process? Will they think, oh, because you have a master's, we can't really pay you, so it's better if you go somewhere else because you are overqualified. You also have to be careful for that. But is this relevant to you? Is if going to get a master's or a PhD relevant to you, important for you? For me, it is. One more is know that you can change your major once in college. Know that you can change it as many times as you want, but be very careful because you don't want to change it your junior year. Because if you do change it your junior year, you're going to have to take classes after you graduate, and you're going to have to take it in a community college, and that's just going to be a pain. But if you can change your major freshman, sophomore, that would be great. Junior, first semester, okay. Junior, second semester, senior, it's kind of like it's going to put a lot of walls, and it's going to slow you down. But if if it's not your passion, then change it. If you're never going to use it, if you don't like it, if you're just dreading it, change it. Quit, drop out of your career, and do something else. It'll be the best decision that you've ever done. And you'll remember because you'll feel like a weight has been dropped off your shoulders. That's how I felt. All right. Can I double major? Or what minor should I add to strengthen my degree? So think about if you can double major and have it as a plan B. Maybe you can combine both majors. Maybe if you decide to do like a medical major and a sociology major, maybe you can help in getting to public health. Maybe you can do a change. Maybe you can change something in your community, your locality, your state, your country. Um, can I combine the majors, or can this major supplement the other major? Can a minor help? For example, many people pick a psychology degree to be able to understand people's development, understand people's functionality, understand people's um, decision making with a psychology minor. So, can a minor in whatever it is that you want to decide to minor in, could it strengthen my degree? Could it help me in the future? Could it propel me to do better, to be better? So that's something that you have to think about. So uh, go through this list, write it down, you know, go through everything on this list. And if you have 2 or 3 contenders left, then it's way better than having 15 or 5. And if you only have 1 contender left, then really think about it. Really think, is this the one for me? Do I feel my calling as insert degree, insert uh, whatever you want to do in the future? But yeah, thank you so much for listening. What do you think, Zach?
I think it's pretty solid advice. I mean, picking up majors is kind of an important part, and it can
It's
cost you a
a
lot of money when you change your
massive,
major,
yeah, yes.
especially when they're different sides of the spectrum. If you go from like accounting to want to go to medical school, that's like all those accounting classes are pretty much useless now. So like,
Hmm.
so time is money.
Sadly, sorry to burst everyone's, but I believe time is money. You're wasting time, you're wasting money on yourself too, you know? 'Cause you could be doing some other things, you could take advantage of other things.
Well, thanks for
All right, guys,
listening,
thank you so much for
guys.
tuning in. Yeah.
Like,
I'll see you
comment,
guys in the
subscribe.
next one.
Peace.